Yo, King of the Live and Direct. Damn, youngin', you could have held on just a little bit more longer. Just a little bit more longer. I mean, honestly, I don't understand these lawyers anyway. I mean, I thought across the world, Supreme Court, you had a year to be in trial, and then, if it's on the state and where they're not putting everything in perspective and they don't have enough evidence, it's supposed to be thrown out. At least these kids supposed to be on house arrest. But I say this, right? We understand the understanding of parents and things of this nature, but more or less the OGs, like, come on. Y'all bring these youngers in the streets and y'all don't teach them nothing about holding on to their strength, like being strong and just having to deal with it. You don't give them the law of understanding from the rip. Like, listen, this part of it, if you're going to step in it, jail or hell is a part of it. That's a part of it. Jail and death is the ending result of this, right? That way, if they end up in jail or if they end up with the pistol in their face in a bad position about to die, at least they don't throw up everything that they have, put in place in reference to remaining firm to their innocence. I mean, come on. These people was just like folding. They folding and folding and folding, but like I said, the older Milzuts, you don't have no honor to try to help these kids? What kind of lawyers do these kids have to be in jail for so long? But let me say this. This not a kid. And YNW Melly isn't a kid also. He's not a kid. I'm going to tell you why he's not a kid. The minute he stepped off that porch directly into the streets, carrying it the way they was carrying it, they became criminals. When you a criminal, you follow the criminal code. When you in prison and you a convict, you follow the convict code. These guys are folding like they are civilians. And when they get in jail, they are folding like inmates. They're not convicts. So someone never taught them the understanding and education of the field that they chose. Had they chose something else, of course, youngins, you won't go through this. You choose being a doctor, you choose being a lawyer, you choose doing something positive, basketball, football, rapping, whatever the case may be, man. Something that's not illegal, that doesn't include crime, then, there's a code on that end. And that code is doing the right thing. And it ain't even about if it's a civilian going to tell or anything of that nature. It's about that civilian just continuing doing the right thing and staying away from all that negativity. But I'm going to tell you like this, man, it's going to get worse. You know why it's going to get worse? Because right now we're looking at these younger generation of kids going through it. There's a generation that's after them that's coming. You hear me? And that generation is going to be 100 times worse. You know why? No one is raising their children to give them understanding that they need to stick to being civilians. Civilians don't have to go through the heartache and pain that criminals go through. That's what we need to start teaching. That's what a lot of people are not giving up. People are more online, looking to be cool, looking to be thorough, looking to create a platform to create money and not give the youngins the understanding you chose this. Don't go helping the government and running around and, trying to, how can I say that? Support them by giving up information to help them. You make their job easy. If they would have held on just a tad bit, little bit, they don't have no evidence on these kids, man. So who's to say they even done it? I'm in agreement that they didn't do it. But guess what? When they put you in a jail cell for as long as they put them in a jail cell and they don't have the correct educations of actually being a criminal, they're going to begin to get nervous. They're going to feel like they're going to be there forever. And don't nobody know the future. A lot of these kids ain't praying to God. See, when we was coming up, I don't care what you was, a Muslim or a Christian. One of them, you was in there. You was in church with your Bible, or you was in the musalla in a jail in the masjid with the imam going over some Quran or something like that, over the sunnah of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or in the church, singing happy days. You know what I mean? I'm just being truthful to y'all. The honorable facts. And that was the difference between my era, whereas though we got understanding like, damn, we're praying to God. I don't want to go against God. Forget the system. I don't care. The crimes I was committing was against the system. You hear what I'm saying? No young man wants to commit crimes. They grow up with this mindset. The mindset is hard to change once they have figured out this is the only way I can earn $1, or this is the only way I can earn some type of respect. That's what people are missing. That's the first thing you see in a community that we lived in when I was coming up. The first job you ever heard of somebody getting was selling crack on the corner. You didn't hear about nobody getting a job doing anything else. You didn't even hear about people's parents really having jobs. A lot of the mothers was on welfare. And the ones that did, someone had to teach them. They had to go to programs, and they became better in order to better themselves. Our communities are destroyed with a bunch of lies and things that we think that we can only make money off of that are illegal. So some type of help got to come to these kids, and it got to be more than somebody just getting on social media and just talking about it. That's why I went to the Camelots. That's why I was there. This is why I done it 2 years straight in the Camelot schools, and none of these so-called guys were there because they wasn't willing to deal with the children that was already turned out and believing that crime was okay. Not even just crime, but drug use. Them watching the things happen in the community, people dying. There's a lot of things that they have going on mentally that nobody can ever understand. But no one cares because everybody cares about the dollar and their platforms. So King Earner is back, man, because I want to help the youngins, man. I want to help the youngins see clearly that it's a gimmick. The government, the industry, rapping and all that, when it comes down to somebody actually making it and they're selling their honor, the industry is against them. They're pulling the government in to help these people go to prison so these contracts can do what? Help the industry grow. You go to jail, you're in the middle of a contract, everything is void. They get the coin, you in there suffering, your lawyer, he takes all the little money you have sitting around, because if y'all don't know, a lot of these individuals don't got no real cash. I mean, if I'm a millionaire and I buy a millionaire worth of assets, what do you think I gotta do? I gotta pay bills. So on a lower level of struggling, they're struggling at a higher level also because they still gotta maintain those bills. Now imagine a young man getting these bills, getting all these things going on good for themselves, but their parents on drugs, been on drugs all their life. How do they even know about money management? They don't. The industry doesn't tell every artist that come to them, hey, listen, we're going to put something in place where there's some money management, where you can do this correct way, where you can be successful. They're there to bring you down. So at the end of the day, man, the youngest is falling apart. And the ones that already chose the streets, I'm sorry to say, they are already a part of the code that got to do with the streets. But now, everyone is more swaying towards tell. I mean, it's called recycling slavery. Honestly, to be truthful, all we doing, no matter how much money they give us, they figure out a way to put us in a jam where they can cuff and stuff us. And guess what? The money that we receive, they're keeping anyway. Your ancestors, nobody from anything that you got going on will benefit. All you benefit of the quote unquote shoot 'em up, bang bang, supposed to have been tough guy, but you're sitting down for the rest of your life. This man has folded. I don't know if he's gonna go in that box on that man, because I haven't seen no paperwork on that man, that kid. But when I mean folded, he has folded. He has folded. He has given up strength. He has showed them, I am weak. When all this time, they've been looking at them like, oh, they going all the way. We might have to figure something out. And if he would have held on just a little bit longer, he could have helped his friend get out of his situation. And he could have helped him get out of his situation by not becoming a dishonorable Rilzat or becoming a person that is plain simply weak. Because we don't know. But the profit hearing, I mean, they said 10 years. Accordingly to the paperwork and the things that's going around and how it is on social media, 10 years if he gives up a profit hearing. Now, if he's anything like Young Thugger and the rest of them guys that just all took their plea deals and everything, that means Melly is going to mess around and get fried. Because guess what? You honestly don't know if you put this type of person in this position, is they telling the truth? How could you know they're telling the truth when they've been forced to stay in prison all this time? And guess what? Now, after so long, they're offering them freedom. This person could say anything. Prayfully, inshallah, he aborts his mission and carries the honor correctly. That's what I would like to see. I would like for him to pull a Woody without becoming a Woody. You know, pull a Woody. He didn't took the sentence into the 10 years, right? Now, when he go through the profit hearing, tell him to kiss his whole ill's ass because y'all forcing me to lie. That's what he needs to do. At the end of the day, we need some closure, but King Erna can't give closure. Nobody on these social medias can give closure. The only people that can give closure is these parents and the people who brought them in this negative game. And the system, we already know, they're not giving closure to anybody. It's about the dollar with them. A real lawyer wouldn't even have let these kids still be in jail all this time without having a trial. It doesn't make any sense. We're in a superior court that people stay in jail. I be hearing about it even on State Road. Oh yeah, my man been up there 6 years. What kind of lawyer do you have? Now, if the lawyer's postponing it, yes, that can happen. But if the DA is doing it, you got 1 year. They got to at the least let you out on house arrest. And they're supposed to throw it out after a year. 6 months, cool. But a year, but you know they could bring it right back if they didn't try you. So that's why a lot of things keep going. But I don't understand how these young men is still in a prison cell. But all I'm saying is, if the paperwork shows that he gives a proffer, putting Melly in a position where he's going to get the death penalty or the rest of his life in prison, his honor will be snatched because he will be used as an example for the other youngest to not get in this nonsense. If he stands solid, he still will be using an example, but an example where he will keep his name in good riddance with good people. And them good people are black people of our community that need to start raising the village correctly. I'm King Erna from the Honor Your Life campaign. The goal is to restore the honor in a positive, legal manner without it including law enforcement. Law enforcement only wish to get $1 off you and imprisonate you. The same way as a guy who was in the streets that prey on these youngins, prey on the fact they don't have family members, that prey on these kids, give them drugs, and do not help them have understanding that it's the wrong way to go. Get in and get the hell out if you're in. Don't just jump in now, youngins. Don't do it. But if you're already in there, hurry up and rush out of it and turn that illegal money into something legal. It may not benefit you in reference to God, but guess what? It'll benefit you in reference to bettering yourself and not going to prison. That way you can go ahead and figure out how you can give back to your community, God, and the people around you and doing the right things. Make sure you understand and listen to that part. King on a live and direct. That's understanding.